Peace, fam. This is your brother Larry. Welcome to episode 30 of 50 for 30. This is the last episode. This is also part 2 of the finale, where in part 1 I was talking about the body. So if y'all interested in that, make sure y'all check out part 1. And once again, y'all know we finish up strong around here. So y'all go ahead and get this last 50 in the background while we get into the talk. Let's kick this all off by talking about the mind and how powerful it is. This whole process was an obsession of mine. I literally planned my whole day around it. I would make sure every single day that I was up before anything else was going on, even when I had my children. I would get up early, do my pull-ups, record them, and just, for the rest of the day, make plans about how I was going to edit the video and make sure it was out every day by 7 o'clock the next day. I still went to work, still spent time with my kids, I still went on dates, I ate good, I drank wine, I danced, all the time while I was getting all of this done. And the crazy thing is, all of these things were always some kind of reason or excuse as to why I couldn't get to my artwork. I couldn't get to my business. I couldn't get to my purpose. I want to be vulnerable and give y'all a little bit of history about me, because as of, I would say fairly recently, I used to really do a lot of gaming. I'm talking about maybe 6 to 8 hours a day. Sometimes I would get off of work at 5 o'clock in the morning and I would play a game for 6 hours until it was like 11 o'clock and it was time for me to take a nap before I would go and run other errands, go pick up my children, or go back to work. And in transitioning out of gaming, I used to think like, there has to be some kind of way to trick my mind into being that obsessed, being that dedicated to my artwork. Spending 50 minutes a day doing artwork shouldn't seem like such a big task. And then I do 50 for 30. When I'm spending 50 minutes to 2 hours a day shooting videos, editing videos, coming up with different talking points. So the ultimate goal is to mold and shape my mind in the same way that these pull-ups did to my body. Now, even though I read often and I do consider myself a $1 million conversationalist, coming up with these subjects every single day, as I stated before, was the hardest part. I'm really quite amazed at how I adapted to the challenge. And adding the weekly wrap-ups really helped me to center myself and pivot to different subjects or grand subjects, like let's talk about health this week, let's talk about the Black community this week. All of that came from a really organic place, and I'm really proud of how it all turned out. So in the grand scheme of things, the goal of this whole thing was to see how disciplined and focused I could be in trying something new and difficult and forming a habit out of it. I do plan to take this series and continually use it to motivate and inspire myself to take on new tasks, dedicate myself to it, and accomplish them. And I really hope that anybody else that checks out the video series can be motivated and inspired to accomplish anything that you have your minds on, all the same. Now, to fully and finally put the last bow on this series, whether y'all met me this way doing these pull-ups, or if y'all first impression of me is through this series 50 for 30, I'm a part-time visual artist. Please go to my Instagram, check out some of my artwork, check me out on my website. And all in all, bro, I'm gonna continue to do what I need to do to be as great as I can be. As should y'all. I appreciate y'all one more time for checking out the series, and I wish y'all well. This is your brother Larry. Later on.